This is going to be a super quick introduction into editing your film photographs in Photoshop. We're going to be correcting the colors on TIFF files. Let's see, I'm going to give you this Google Drive link. These are scans directly from the camera store, and obviously there are no names present in front of these folders. So you guys are going to first start off by going in here and figuring out who took the photographs in each of these. I don't know whose this is. Ah, there's me and Nguyen. We're posing together for a great picture, and I remember that Kyla took this picture. So I'm gonna right click, rename, boom. Do that for the rest of these files over here. Let's double click, go into Kyla's work. Let's go ahead and edit one of Kyla's pictures as an example, and maybe we'll edit another one afterwards. You can see here that there are two thumbnails of the same exact image. This .thm we don't need. The .tif is what we want. So let's click these dots and then click download. And then we're gonna go, oops, it's a big file, click download anyway. TIFF is just a really large scan. And we've got this guy over here. Let's right click or control click open with Photoshop. And boom, we got our first film photograph in Adobe Photoshop. Let's scoot this guy down here. Chances are we're working in Photoshop for the very first time. I'm gonna click Window, Workspace, Reset Essentials, and most likely yours looks like mine now. There's a few things I like to have set up in my Photoshop before I do anything. I'm gonna drag this Properties window outside. I'm gonna put it where this bar is over here. Drag properties and hover over until you see the blue highlighted along that bar. Next up, we're going to click adjustments, and we want to have all these set up here. It could look like this. That's okay. Whatever style you prefer. They're the same exact adjustment layers. Last thing that I like to do, I click Window, Navigator, and I like to drag this navigator to the top and link the histogram right next to that. And we're not going to be using this ever. Click the menu over here and do close tab group. All right, now my Photoshop workspace is set up. We work in layers. Down here, we're always going to be working in layers. And right away, we see our background layer is our image. We can add other layers on top. Hold shift to highlight them all, drag them to that trash can to delete them. The layers work based on what order and arrangement the stacking is. Okay, so what are we here for? To learn how to edit and color correct film photography. We're going to click Levels as our first adjustment layer to go on top. And then over here, how our levels work is on the left side, we have our blacks, and on the right side, we have our whites. So by dragging those inwards means that there's a threshold for what's white is getting weaker and vice versa for the blacks. Command Z undoes something. If it's too much on this side, Command Z on my keyboard. And then RGB, we're gonna click RGB here and go into our reds levels. And what we're gonna be doing is dragging this guy inward and this guy inward. But the question is, how do we know how much to drag it inward? Hold Option on your keyboard while you're dragging in the dark parts of your red. And the goal is we want to see some black, all right, but only just a little bit. So with 0, we don't see any. And now I'm starting to see some on my left side. Let's let go. Do the same for the whites, the red whites. Drag it in until we can see just a little bit of that red. Continue to our greens. Hold Alt, drag it in until we see something else appear. Looks good. Go to our blues, drag it in here. until we can just see the change. Okay, that's good for this set of levels. We're gonna click levels one more time, and there's levels number 2 above levels number 1. Click the little menu icon here, auto options, find dark and light colors. This should be set to 0. This should be set to 0. Click OK. And we're going to change this blending mode to color. Okay, the last thing we want to do for our basic film color correction, click the top levels, hold Shift on your keyboard, click the bottom levels, and then let go of your keyboard. Click Command G, as in gangster, and then you're going to see Group 1. You can rename that Film Correction. And that's how you stay organized editing in Photoshop. That way, in case we ever want to add any more adjustment layers, they're going to be outside of that grouped folder. So we can add, for example, some curves, maybe a little hue and saturation, just tiny bit bumping that up. And voila, we got a nice film color correction. One more thing. One more important step. Click image, image size, and ooh, they scanned it kind of small for you guys at the camera store. When I scan, this resolution is usually much higher. We want to click 300 on our resolution, and now our height and our width is massive. For width, do a maximum of 5,000. Or actually, not just width, just whatever side with the width or the height is longest, do that as 5,000. And having this chain linked on is going to maintain those proportions. 5,000 pixels. And preserve details 2.0. Let's do preserve details enlargement. And then click OK. All right, cool. Now let's save it. File. We can click save. Click OK. So we just saved the TIFF file with our edits. Now we want to save the actual JPEG itself because we want to maybe post this on Instagram or something. We'll click File, Export As. Format, let's change it from a PNG to a JPEG and put that quality all the way as high as possible. We've already done this earlier. Why don't you copyright and contact info that so that way your info is recorded in the metadata. And boom. Finish edit, ready for Insta. Look at that. So go back, download all of your pictures, all of your TIFFs, not the .thm, only the TIFF, and edit those pictures for me and submit them. I'm looking forward to seeing your guys' work.